Hello and bienvenue. I am Joker, the Full Metal Joker. Now, before we get started with the topic at hand, I'd like to let you know two things. One, there are no trigger warnings here. If you do not like what has to be said, please remove yourself from this video. Two, everything I have to say is mostly opinion-based, with a lining of truth, but if you feel like I'm wrong in certain areas or I need more information in others, please contact me. You should already know how to do this by now. Now, if you remember, I did a video on the direction on where YouTube's going. If you haven't seen it, I will put the link down in the description. But yeah, I covered my thoughts on how the direction YouTube's going and what would happen if they don't change. Now I need to cover the other side of the coin. The people inside of the community, the YouTubers themselves, the content creators. And I think they're going down a downward spiral. And before you start giving me flack about IBS and all these other things, I'm not talking about them. That's their content. And hey, if they are making big buck on doing stuff like that, hey, they have my full support. It's part of making business. But the YouTubers I'm talking about is these individuals that break the unwritten rules that all us content creators agree upon. Now, what are these unwritten rules? Things like, hey, if you have beef with another YouTuber, they've done something with the content you don't like, you go to them yourself. You either do you back in the early days you either did a video refuting their points and whatnot, or you talk to them on social media, try and talk to them like, hey man, you're wrong, stuff like that. Now apparently more and more YouTubers are being found out that they've broken these rules, and they're very simple rules like don't dox, don't swat people, and don't sick your fans on them, or worse yet, don't mass flag their channels and have their channels shut down. And here lately there are more and more YouTubers doing that. Now for those who don't know what doxing is when you use their open information and you try and look up their private information like their address and whatnot and give it to people to do with it what they will. Now swatting, for those who don't know what swatting is when you take it upon yourself to call the SWAT team or their local law enforcement and say something like, A, they've got a captive, or A, they're doing something really bad, and have them hauled off the jail on false pretenses. Or, in some cases, things get bad and they get hurt or killed. Now, I want to know, why are YouTubers doing this? Like, if you think that they're wrong in certain areas, or they're wrong about you, well, why don't you talk to them or make a video about it, like what some of these other YouTubers are doing. Like, you make a video saying how wrong they are and have your points laid to bear why they are wrong and you're correct. But no, more and more YouTubers are doing things like mass flagging channels, and when you mass flag, you sit there and have people attack a person's channel going, well, they're doing this thing wrong, or they're stealing another person's content, and have their channels shut down. And with a lot of YouTubers, that is their livelihood. That's how they make their money. And these people are having their channels shut down for rather stupid things like they said something mean to me, or mean about me, or they don't agree with my point. Another thing that gets on my nerves is it's okay for me and not for thee mentality, where the different communities know that a YouTuber's doing something like this, and they stay silent about it, or they go, well, they had a good reason for doing it. Whereas if someone from the opposing side does it, they're ready to have them hauled off of YouTube, or worse yet, try and get them sent to prison. I do not get that. I do not understand that. If what they're doing is wrong, and the other side is doing it, and you think they're wrong, well then the person in your community should be treated the same. I honestly, it's times like this where I'm going, really? And I honestly don't know what to do about a situation, because I know it's irritating where people go, well, see, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and not give the answers to the problems. Well, okay, well, here's my personal answer to the problem. If you, no matter if they're in your community or not in your community, if they are doing something wrong, if they're doxing people and swatting people, and you have evidence to prove it, call them out. Make videos about it, or contact YouTube, or go on your social media. Have that laid to bear, instead of waiting until someone else goes, see, they're doing this, and then you're going to be raked under the coals as well, because they'll go, well, aren't you their friend, their internet friend? You should know this. You should have known this person is doing this, and not condone this behavior. Now, if you like the content that I create, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support me even further, please donate to my Patreon or donate to my PayPal. Thank you, and good luck.